So today I've got the Beelink GTi13 Ultra here. This is very exciting. This is a Core i9 13900HK processor. It has 32 gigabytes of RAM, it has a terabyte of storage, and it has 2.5 gigahertz LAN and Wi-Fi 6. Let's go ahead and unbox this beast. There's no obvious place to start this unboxing. So there's a little sleeve here. Let's pull that off. And go ahead and pop that out. During the system boot process, if you cannot log into your personal account, please turn off Wi-Fi and LAN, select the skip option, and then log into your personal account in the system. I'm guessing that they received a lot of support calls about that, about the Windows sign-in process here. So this is the device, and man, that is a chunky, like it's not that bad, honestly, in terms of like size, but in terms of heft, it is quite heavy. That's a sign of a premium device right there. Let's look at the rest of the contents of this box before we continue though. So we have a manual. Connect to a wonderful life. That's a heck of a thing here. Yeah, there ain't much in there. And there's a lightly embossed hello in Comic Sans. Interesting. Don't get me wrong, I don't like Comic Sans, but I also don't have the stamina to hate it as much as some people do. It's not a good font by any stretch, but it's also not the worst thing I've ever seen. And this is coming from a designer. That was a pain in the butt to get out of there. An HDMI cable, that's nice. Comes with HDMI. And it comes with a power cable. Now, is there anything else in here? Well, 4 small holes at the top are the sound holes of the microphone away. To avoid damaging the microphone and affecting the pickup effect, please do not poke or block them. Let's see if we can pull this underside out. We can't. So I'm gonna guess that's the entirety here. So let's examine the I/O here. On the front, we have a USB port that looks like it might be USB 3, but it also, oh, that's definitely USB 3. You might not be able to tell, but there's a set of pins here on the very tip, and then there are longer pins in the back. So that's definitely gonna be USB 3. I don't know if it's 3.2 though, it's not labeled. And then we have a SD card reader, we have USB-C, we have a headphone jack, we have a power button, and there's a microphone array, 4 microphones here. And with it shipping with Windows, I don't know if I trust that. Then back here we have USB-C, we have a headphone microphone jack. Oh my God, the CMOS, you probably cannot see this. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but there is a CMOS button deep inside the headphone jack. That is wild. That's crazy. I've never seen anything like that in my whole entire life. Then we have HDMI, we have DisplayPort. There are what looks to me to be USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports. Now if you can see here, these there are pins on the very tip of the USB port. Then there are pins along here, and there are 4 pins in the back there. That to me says it's USB 3.2 Gen 2. And then if you compare this, you see these little tiny brass things on the end here versus there aren't any here. I'm gonna guess these are just like 3.0 and these are 3.2 Gen 2. And then we have LAN, and I believe it said it's 3.2 gigabits. I'm gonna guess both of them are 3.2 gigabits. This is one of the things that I mentioned this in one of my other reviews recently. It's like, I much prefer to have just simple labels, but like simple but effective labels. Like I have another mini PC here on my desk I can't show you yet, and it has, for the USB-C port, it actually says USB 4 on it. That's useful information that I feel should be included on all ports. This should say 2.5 gigabit right here. It just says LAN. These should say USB 3. These ones should say USB 3.2 Gen 2. So I just wish that, or even, I don't think it's, I typically see labels of more like super speed USB icon 40 gigabit or whatever for these guys. I'd prefer to see informative details like that. Now the question is, do we want to open this up? Honestly, I don't even know how to get into this. I think if I lay out, here, let me put this down. And if I just kind of lay out, oh yeah, I used this to dust earlier, but it should be fine. All right, I think we're just gonna poke at it because these, as far as I know, these don't come out. Oh my gosh. This is a PCIe by 8 slot, and there's also what looks like a by 1 slot in here. I was wondering how that actually worked. What's under here, a screw? There's no screw under here. Wow, that was brutal, and I apologize for what you just had to watch. Oh, you know what? I bet the screws are under here. Yeah, there we go. I'm actually really excited to open this. This seems super cool. Oh, there's speakers on the bottom too. Look at that, PCIe. So there's PCIe here, and then there's a by 1 slot over here. Dude, that is super cool, man. Okay, let's pop this out too. Okay, wow. All right, so I don't want to take it apart too much beyond this. I kind of want to take this apart a little bit more, but I mean, there's 2 SODIMM slots here, and I don't know what this is. This looks like it's a battery. 19 volts, 7.63 amps. Okay, whatever. We're gonna put this back together, and then I want to kind of turn it on and see what it's all about. Because this is an Intel powered device, and most of these devices are not Intel. Most of these devices are AMD, the ones that I've used anyway. Guys, this is really neat. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this, but Beelink actually sent me this to review. So thank you to Beelink for sending me this device. All right, let's pop these back into place. Oh man, I really chewed those up, huh? So now that we've got that, now that we've opened it up a little bit, you might be wondering, why is there that kind of PCI expansion in here? And I'll tell you why. I've got the little surprise that I wanted to show you. We got this Beelink dedicated graphics docking station. Oh brother, this is gonna be good. Oh yeah, we're gonna open this up. I have been waiting to open this up for a couple days since I received this. And I am very excited. All right, gaming, rendering, high-speed graphics display, and more. All right. All right, this is wild, guys. This is really cool. So we have a little plate here to mount the graphics card to. Whoops. We have some modular power supply cables here. We have I don't know what this is. What is this? This is a Wi-Fi adapter card. Neat. Some screws. We have, I don't know what this is. A metal plate of some kind. A rubberized metal plate of some kind. And we have a power supply, or power cable, I should say. Well, all right, let's put this stuff out of the way for a moment. Now, this is very interesting. Excuse me? So this mounts like this? It's gonna go like this. And the graphics card is gonna come up like this. And then there's antennas, like antenna connectors, and there's power there. All right, so let's actually examine this. So here we have what looks like a fan header. I would say that's a fan header for sure. So we could put a fan on here if we wanted to. Probably need to 3D print some kind of bracket for the fan, but not bad at all. And then up here we have power out for a GPU. And we have a USB port. And that's it on this device. All right, so first order of business, I'm actually gonna test the unit itself. All right, plug this bad boy in. And I also have an HDMI cable somewhere right here that I can plug in to this. That is the wrong port, my dude. Plug it into the HDMI port. All right. Now, let's open up OBS. Now, I believe the output is going to be limited to 720p because that's what the TV connected to the HDMI switcher is set to. That's a hell of a license agreement. That's hilarious. What's your name? Gardiner. Okay, I usually recommend against using fingerprint scanners, but for the sake of this review, I'm going to do this. So the fingerprint scanner, I believe, is on the front here. Yeah, look at that. Add a pin. Oh my God, dude. No location, no find my device, no diagnostic, no inking, no tailored experiences, no advertising ID. And now it's almost an acceptable experience. Except it's Windows 11, which is garbage. All right, so we are in here. I can't believe Windows 11 didn't ask me to set up the Wi-Fi during the setup process. Oh my God, Windows is the worst thing ever made. Holy crap. So let's get rid of this crap. Let's use this to actually install a usable browser. Start without my data. No. No. Brave browser. All right, now that we have this, let's pin that and unpin that. Let's go into taskbar settings. We're going to remove that and remove that crap because we don't need it. And we're going to, we're gonna not have that because that's crap and we don't need it. Taskbar alignment. The correct way, please. No badges, no flashing. All right, now that this is the right way, let's Let's install Steam. It feels wrong to me to go to a website and download an app. That's just the wrong, that's just the wrong way to install things. But it's the Windows way, TM. Get out of here. Oh, I hate that, dude. It installs all the spam shit from Logitech. I don't want that. Am I a grumpy old man? It feels like I'm a grumpy old man at this point. I don't want any of the Logitech apps on my frickin' computer, dude. No. Now, my go-to game to test with is going to be Doom Eternal. And I actually have a USB drive somewhere that has the games that I like to test with. Let's plug this USB dongle in here. And this is an SSD, and it's supposedly super duper fast. And we have some Steam apps here. And we're gonna quit Steam, just in case, and then we're gonna move these files. We're gonna copy them into here. Copy. What a terrible user interface Windows is. And that's gonna take a while. So we're just gonna let that simmer for a minute. All right, so now I'm gonna set this up. This looks like an NES, but half disassembled. So I'm gonna set this up here. We're gonna unplug all this for the time being. And then I guess we're gonna pull this bottom piece off. And then this is going to go, turn that so I can actually see what I'm doing. This is gonna go this way. Well, I don't know if that fully went on. Hold on, let me pull it back out. There we go, that's on. Okay, I'm gonna put the front piece on here. And that's gonna go on in a second. Then we're gonna take this rubberized front piece and that's gonna hold this in place. And we want one of these countersunk screws because this plate is countersunk. Well, that doesn't feel like it's just free spinning in there. I don't know what's going on with that. But now we're gonna turn this around. And I believe we want this to go out that way. And we also want one of these countersunk screws. Put that on. Now, let's bust out the graphics card I'm putting in this thing. This is the Sapphire Radeon RX 66 XT. So this is not like top of the line or anything, but it should give us better performance than what's in the the built-in Intel Iris Xe graphics or whatever's in there. And I believe we're gonna use these screws for this. And from my understanding, there is an NVMe slot in here, an M2 slot, and this little board here adapts a Wi-Fi module. Oh no, there's like a little flush mount adapter thing here for a Wi-Fi card. I don't have a Wi-Fi card to put in this, and this already has a Wi-Fi card. And to be honest, if I'm using this for a long time, I'm gonna use the 2.5 gigahertz or gigabit LAN connection on the back. That's neither here nor there. Let's hook this bad boy up right now. And this only requires one PCIe slot. Let's clip that on. Is that right? Yeah, it looks right. So we don't even need both of these PCIe power cables. I can't see anything because my shadow's in the way. Let's plug in this HDMI to the graphics card. Whoopsies. And I think that's all I need to plug in because I don't need this anymore. I already copied over the games. Let's see what this looks. Oh wait, we need to also plug in the power cable. Ooh, hear it crackle and pop. All right, I'm actually kind of excited to turn this on and see what's up. Pop the button there. All right, so I pushed this button to turn this on, but I guess you have to also push that button to turn it on. Yeah, there we go, there's the fan going. I don't have a output on the screen. There's no, I'm not seeing anything coming up on the monitor or on OBS. Interesting. I'm pretty sure I shut it down completely, but there's no video. Fascinating. What happens if I unplug this? Unplug this in? Sign in with my fingerprint. Look at that. All right, let's open up the task manager. Oh wait, no, I probably don't want the task manager. What is going on, dude? Get out of here. Task? No, not task. We want, what do we want? We want the device manager. It's been a while since I've used Windows. We have Microsoft Basic Display Adapter. I think we're gonna update that. The best drivers for your device are already installed. I doubt that for some reason. All right, so let's go to amd.com and let's, man, I don't do this. I never do this. I don't install graphics drivers on Windows ever. So I'm a little out of my depth here. Windows drivers. Is that it? Is that all I have to install? I don't know. Graphics, Radeon RX. This is the 6000 series, 6600 XT. I bet you this will just install the correct drivers automatically. Oh my God, go away. Fucking Windows, dude. I can't handle how stupid Windows is. There we go. While we're waiting, check out my website, GardnerBryant.com. It's probably broken on a 720p screen. Hey, look at that, it actually looks pretty good. I'm giving speeches about how to maintain your privacy online. And if you're interested in that, send your public library my URL here, GardnerBryant.com. I give speeches. I've got rave reviews from people who've attended. And I'm doing speeches about escaping the algorithm, about online privacy, and about video editing in DaVinci Resolve. I have another course I'm working on about building a game in Godot engine. So these are speeches. This is a workshop. And if you're interested in taking any of these and you live reasonably close to New England, I'm more than willing to travel and share my knowledge firsthand to audiences at public libraries, schools, and other institutions. Head over here to GardnerBryant.com. You can go into the contact form and leave some information, and I'll be in contact with you. It's gonna take 10 minutes to install. All right, I'm surprised that it only took however long it took. It didn't seem like it took 10 minutes. Let's restart the computer, and we're going to plug the GPU in here in a minute. Actually, let's do it right now. Why not? There we go. All All right, hopefully this pulls up an image. Let's go. There we go. Excellent. Let's see if we can't log in with my thumbprint again. There we go. Look at that, it's so stupid. Windows is so dumb. All right, let's go to the task manager. Let's just make sure we're using our GPU. Looks like it. We have 8 gigabytes of dedicated GPU. This has shared 16 gigabytes, but whatever. This will definitely be better. So this video is not going to be completely chronological. I'm going to jump ahead to installing Bazzite on the GTi Ultra here, and then we will come back to the benchmarks and do a head-to-head comparison. How does that sound? Desktop PC. We want an RX 4000 Plus series. I prefer GNOME. And do you want Steam gaming mode? Yes. Okay, so I'm reading this. It says some devices with 2 AMD GPUs, an integrated GPU, and a discrete GPU cause GameScope to be unable to detect your display, resulting in a black screen. If you are affected, use an image without Steam gaming mode or disable your integrated GPU. Now it's specifically saying AMD GPU, and this integrated GPU is actually an Intel, so I think we should be fine here. So we're gonna go ahead and download this.
A few moments later.
All right, now we're at the actual Bazzite install screen. So let's get this going here. It's taking way too long to figure this out. Nice, we don't even need to disable the secure boot stuff. Installation destination. All right, so we're gonna make this device better by installing Windows on it. We're gonna do, all right, let's do custom, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna just delete all the partitions here. And we'll just click this button here, and this will automatically set up our partitions for us. We have our home mount point. All right, we're done. We'll create a user. Begin. Boom. And just like that, we are freeing this PC of the wicked influence of Windows 11. All right, we're done with that installation process. That took a lot longer than I thought it should. I'll be interested to see how this boots up. Like if it boots right into Steam, into big picture mode or what. All right, so we got Decky Loader, definitely gonna install that. Decky Frame Gen, don't care. EmuDeck, definitely let's install that. Sunshine, it's a game streaming setup. I don't really need that. Recilio Sync is a file synchronization utility. I don't need that. I think we're done for that. So this is some pretty interesting results here. If we look at the Shadow of the Tomb Raider benchmark, we can see that the game running through Proton under Bazzite, 20-ish frames a second more, 18 to 20 more frames a second. That's pretty impressive. Unfortunately, these test results don't bear out in Doom Eternal. In these simple scenes where it's like, you know, simple geometry, they're mostly on par, and I've seen a few instances where Bazzite gets ahead of the Windows version of Doom Eternal, but only a few instances. For the most part, there is a consistent higher frame rate on Windows. But it is interesting to compare the Windows and Proton builds here. I don't know, I find it fascinating. I'm letting the entire intro movie play out here, and I'm using that as the benchmark. And it's rendered in real time, so it should work. But as you can see, Windows is significantly ahead in this benchmark in a lot of instances. I mean, at this point, we're absolutely splitting hairs because frame rate above 300 is just ridiculous. Though I do have to say that running this game with an uncapped frame rate on the RX 6600 XT, whisper quiet, even with it exposed to the air in my office. I mean, it's like totally quiet. Anyway, this has been quite an interesting video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it, and you can use the links below to help support this show. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.